During a storm, a woman leaves a newborn baby in front of a church, and thus begins the story of this anime. Years have passed and the cultist was going to a magic school. A girl bumps into him. A lady behind him dropped her things. She went to help him. The girl bumped into him and thinks that he was trying to rob the lady. After having told her that he was not a thief, Junko apologizes to him. These things always happen at impressive levels, and he notices that the uniform of agreement is the same as the one from the magic school she attends, so the two of them go from the academy together. On the way, the cultist tells her that he wants a high priest. Junko is impressed and says he will help him, since his family has a duty to protect the empire. They take the oath of friends. If one betrays the other, the betrayed one must kill the one who betrayed him. When they arrive at the academy, she asks him what class he studies in. He says that he was recently transferred and that he didn't know. So he goes to the infirmary where he would have an examination about his physical abilities, and look at the teacher in the infirmary. Very interesting, isn't it? There was an instrument there that would choose the type of job that the person is most qualified for. When the cult goes to see what his future occupation would be, one says that he would be a demon king. Everyone in the ward is frightened by what they hear, would be pretty scared too. 100 years ago, there was a demon king who caused chaos and disorder in the world. Soon the rumors of a cut spread quickly through the school. The nurse asks him to be careful from now on, for many people are planning to kill him. The nurse takes him to her room. She would also be his teacher. In the classroom, the students are frightened after learning that she would study with them. Poor Protagonist, suffering bullying for being just a demon king, a future king in this case. The cultist introduces herself to the class and says that she will do everything to this system that chooses what they will be in the future. The students begin to mirror Akuto's speech with that of the demon king. The teacher asks the students who should be this year's class representative. She says that it would be great if the cultist would become the class representative to show if he is really a good person doing good for the class. Refuses and says that he wanted to help with the cleaning services. The students get scared, since in this school the cleaning duties are assigned to people who destroy everything to protect the school's secrets. Protagonist chose the worst possible option. Impressive his bad luck. Impressive, angry Junko. He thought that Cut is cheated. Class thinks the two had a forbidden affair. She feels humiliated and the duel, she starts attacking him non-stop. I dodge her blows and grab her. He tells her, Ida, look at that position, that I didn't want to embarrass her and I didn't want to do bad things. However, it was no use. She with full strength, without wanting to, she starts to activate a mysterious power, and her arm doubles in size, causing an explosion in the classroom. Rumors about him spread further in the dormitory of agreement. He says he will be your servant and do whatever you ask. The cultist asks him to take him to Junko's room. In the dormitory of he climbs up to her bedroom window. She opens the window and finds him. He says he wanted to apologize. However, Junko starts running after him. As he runs away, he meets a girl with red hair. Every anime also has such a girl with red hair. The girl calls him a prince and goes to help him. He sets off on a rampage. He accidentally activates magic and causes a mega explosion outside the school. He accidentally wants to steal the opener in front of them, and a girl named Corona comes out from inside saying she was a watcher. She heals together. Junko runs out in shame, was ordered to watch Yakuto and Kara for her as she walked to the principal's office. One more for Heron. The girl with the red hair is called Kina, and she became invisible and ran away. In the principal's office, Corona says that the cult has no evil intentions against the students. Corona can read emotions, and with this she discovered that the cult doesn't want to harm Junko. But who can assure her that she is lying? From that day on he would be watched 24 hours a day. In the bedroom of Accord, Corona watched. He said that she should sleep too. She lay down beside Accord and made him embarrassed, said that he couldn't sleep if she stayed there. She said she was just playing and goes into the closet and said she will sleep there. She actually went inside the closet. The next day in the schoolyard the cult finds Fujiko, the president of the girls' dormitory. She tells him that he can ask her anything he wants. In the classroom the staff was watching Corona Kulto go to the bathroom and Corona Yaseg there. He calls Fujiko asking for help to get off with Junko. She says she can help him and tells him to deactivate he goes to the mountain to go to the meeting place, and on the way he was trying to find the tail of Corona. Probably he will find it or not. The invisible girl bumps into him and makes him in an embarrassing situation. Notices something non-human approaching them. It was a demon dog. She shoots at it, but it had no effect, and ends up being saved by Yakuto. He grabs hold of the beast and stares at it, and he conjures a mana-draining magic that finishes the dog off. Its normal state. Colonel thanks him. Then the puppy that had been saved starts attacking Kina, who was invisible from the side. She runs away from the two again. Karone crouches down to pick up Kina's backpack that he has dropped. Ah-2 sees a perfect opportunity to pull his tail and manages to turn it off. And look where her tail was, in that place, right? The Fujiko appears soon after. She invites you to the disciplinary committee. The committee serves to keep the students in line, and if he participated, it could change his view of him. He accepts Fujiko's proposal. She gives him some used, to take them out on the read himself, so she would understand his feelings and she would understand that he is a good person. He calls Colonel again. The dog that was next to him starts barking. He had found Kianan again and chases after her. When he sees the amulet she carried, he remembers the little girl from his childhood. Why God? Because the protagonist actually has a friend of influence reminiscent of the whole one with a redhead who was friends with the protagonist. So cliché, he ends up bumping into her and they end up in a forbidden situation. Karone, who watches the government, tells Kina that he would do anything she wants. If she says he didn't do anything, she tells her that she was the one who hugged him and asks the cult to be his friend. The calls him and says that the cult wanted to talk to her privately and that she was threatened by him. Junko says that he will meet with the and seems to run away, that he was plotting something against them.